on, we have a very special stream. Today we are going to be starting the Bloodborne playthrough. Now, I've been saying for a while I'd like to play through this game, and we're just now getting to it. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Since the last couple of Bloodborne videos I've made, I have platinumed the game. I'm only missing one trophy from the DLC, which I will probably attempt to get during this playthrough. I'm going to beat the main game. I'm going to go for the Moon Presence ending. And, yeah, I'm really excited. Now, I'm not going to do this, I guess you could say, legitimately. I'm going to use all the exploits and all the fun stuff that I know about, over the time that I've been playing this game, and, show some of them off to you guys if you wish to use them. So yeah, we're gonna start a new game.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Alright, so here we go. So I'm going to go for a relatively standard kind of character this time. I'm just going to use the Hunter's Axe. And later on there's going to be a really fun glitched weapon combo that I'm going to be using as well. That's going to be quite a bit later on in the playthrough though. So, let's do, what are we going to want to name our character here? Name him, oh no, let's name him Fire Giant. That's good, Fire Giant. Anyone who's played Elden Ring will understand why I named him that. Alright, we're gonna go for a male character, young, that's fine. So, our origin, I usually go for Lone Survivor because of the bumped up fertility. But Troubled Childhood is also good for endurance. So, I'm probably... I actually do need to keep in mind my blood tinge as well. That would be decent for the build I want to do later. Not really a build, more of a set of weapons that I want to use. I'm probably going to go for Lone Survivor, just so I can take a few more hits. Appearance. What am I thinking here? Build. Make him very burly. There you go. I think I usually go for standard. I'll give him a large head. That's fine. I think I'll just go for standard. Scale adjustment. I haven't really messed around with this game's character creator all that much, so I'm not super familiar with the details of it. I'll give him glasses, why not? Not worth 100% putting those on there. Dude, what kind of tattoos do we get, also? I think we'll just stick with the standard. We're gonna put the goofiest glasses in the game on him for sure. And, yeah, I think we're good to go. What do you think? Fire Giant. Pretty perfect to me. Let me swap out my controller real quick, because this one's about to die. Alright. There we go. Let's get into it. Yep. And lantern. Hand lantern's actually a pretty useful item. Worth getting for sure. Especially for the chalice dungeons. It's really good for the chalice dungeons.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
I don't know if you actually see one of those werewolves in the game besides this opening cutscene. It's a cool looking enemy. The blood covered ones, I'm not entirely sure. Well, actually, I think there might be one in one of the DLCs, but I'm not sure. Or AMD DLC. Got the messengers. They're friendly. They're nice. They're cool dudes.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
A little ugly, but that's okay. Here we are, guys. I love this game so much. So here we are. Take a look at our character. Wonderful. So yeah, this is a great game. It has a lot of very interesting mechanics. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive, as you probably know. But it has a lot of mechanics that are really clever for this kind of game, for a Souls-like. So we can kind of get into that as we find them. So as I mentioned, there are quite a few exploits that can be done in this game. Some of them are for weapons, some of them are for your levels. There's all different kinds of fun stuff you can do. This game actually probably has the most exploits out of... Well, I haven't played Dark Souls 2, so I'm not going to comment on that. It has the most exploits out of 1 and 2, comparatively. So this werewolf, you're technically supposed to die to. You can kill it, but it just makes the game take longer. There he is. Very cool. You don't have any weapons at the start of the game. You have to get those here in a minute. So you let this werewolf kill you, or you can dodge it and then just go off because you're out of the game. I've never actually killed this werewolf before. What a cool looking enemy. Enemy design in this game is wonderful. I think the strategy for him is to just visceral attack him. I've never done it before though. Yeah, I messed up right too. I'm just gonna let him do it. It is technically possible to kill him, but you get so little damage output that it's very difficult to do. So now we are going to awaken in the Hunter's Dream. That's basically the asylum demon of this game. Kind of there to just toy with you a little bit. Though you can actually kill the asylum demon pretty easily, if you know what you're doing. Gotta get the right starting gift, and just kind of be good at the game in general, which I am not. So here we are in the hunter's dream. Here we are, guys. I don't think it's ever explained what those pillars are. I was always curious about that. They look really cool. But I mean, yeah, here we go. So the doll isn't going to be alive until you get one insight. We don't have it right now. We get one insight from finding the cleric beast, though. So we'll do that. Math messengers. This is the first Souls game, I believe, that lets you buy and sell items, which is very useful. There's certain items in the game that sell for a lot, like the doll clothes, for example, sell, I think, for 30,000 blood echoes. So that's good if you really need money, but I'm not going to be doing that because I have another way of getting lots of blood echoes. So here's the messengers that'll give us a weapon. So I'm going to go for the Hunter's Axe. I think there's a glitch that lets you get 2 weapons from these guys, but I only need 1. And then I'm going to also pick the... I'm going to go for the blunderbuss. Let me think here. I think I'm going to go for the Hunter Pistol because it fires faster. So yeah, there we go. And I think this is a notebook. Yep. Okay. So the notebook is how you leave your messages in this game. And then equip our Hunter's Axe and our Hunter's Pistol. So yeah, there we go. This is basically the loadout of choice for me personally. Unless we're using something else, which I'll get to a little bit later on. So you got your pistol, very good for parrying. You got your Hunter's Axe, which is the Hunter's Axe. It's a very good weapon. And, yeah, very, very powerful loadout in my opinion. And it's literally the first loadout you can possibly get in the game. So, works out really well. I don't actually know how you can open this door. I believe you just have to have insight to open that as well, to get into the workshop. But, alright, let's go back. Let's get started. We're gonna go to the first floor sick room, which is where we woke up a little bit earlier, and then we got killed by the wolf to come here. So you'll see, once we go in here, we will be doing much better damage to the wolf. And also, we can talk to Sufka, I believe her name is.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do. Now,
I'll give you
go.
a special blood vial. I don't actually...
And good hunting.
I don't remember exactly what that does. I believe it's just a buffed blood vial. Yeah. So I just save those. They're not all that useful because they're very hard to get. So they're not really practical to use as, like, normal healing items. Though I guess you could. It probably has some other effects that I don't know about. Some blood vials? Matter of fact, I guarantee you they have some other effect that I don't know about. I just don't, haven't needed to know it yet, so. Here is where the real game begins. Now, Bloodborne... Oh, look at this game. It's a very difficult game, but it isn't as bad if you know what you're doing. Which, duh. But I mean that not only... This is one of the rare games where your equipment gets better and you, as a player, get better. So you don't... It's... not... If you played any Souls game, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's a very interesting style of gameplay, and I very much enjoy it. So that werewolf in there, you can actually get him to come out here into this little courtyard, and beyond that gate is the Forbidden Woods, which is an area you unlock much later in the game. So it's interesting because you can actually get him to do that lunge charge attack, and if he grabs you with it, you can actually get clipped through this door and open it from the other side and skip a very big portion of the game, which I think is done in a lot of different speedruns. That works out very well. I have not been able to do it, but you can if you that kind of player. And there you go. Up there is going to be where we're fighting the cleric beast here in a little bit. Here it is. Some more blood vials on him. Very good, very good. I also kind of found it funny, there's just like a random hat right here. Kind of silly. Alright, so this guy, not that tough to take down. I guess I'll try and kill him. Carrying is the #1 thing you need to learn in this game because it is immensely helpful. It's helpful in the other Souls games, but it's practically mandatory in this one. You really, really need to get good with that. So you can one-shot a lot of enemies and do massive damage to other ones. This is a game that rewards aggression, so you need to not play passive like the other Souls games you kind of do occasionally in those. You need to be very aggressive, you need to be attacking, you need to be on your feet at all times. It's much faster paced than the older Souls games. Dark Souls 3 kind of continued that. There's the cleric beast, you can hear him. Or hear it, I don't know. Anyway, there you go. So we're gonna come onto that bridge. Or is that, no, that's the right bridge, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Very neat. We unlock that door here in a little bit. So one tip for this game, these are basically the bonfires that will take you back to the Hunter's Dream. One tip for these games, or for this game in particular, is that if you see a lantern lit up like that, it means there's an NPC you can talk to.
You must be a hunter, and not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the deep woods. I haven't heard of Peg. That's your best bet.
Okay, so I believe we can come back to him later and he'll give you a flamethrower type weapon. But I'm not entirely sure how that works. So this gate we unlock here in a little bit. We come around to the other side. I haven't done many of the NPC quests in this game because they're not required for the platinum but you can get some pretty cool stuff from them, and they're cool stories. So there are a lot of enemies here. That's the first thing about this game you need to learn, is in a Souls game, you are at a disadvantage. You are the prey in most scenarios. So this guy can kind of trip you up if you're careful. I missed the parry on that. I'll just kill him with a gun. You can kind of kill these enemies with your guns, but they aren't intended. That's not what the guns are for in this game, really. Though, that is an option if you want to do that. So for these shield guys, I like to just do a charged R2 on them. It breaks their I guess you can call it their poise more effectively. So I like to wait for that little group to walk on down there. Should be fine to pass them now. Now we can open up this gate, which leads back to the ladder that we climbed up a second ago. Let's see it eventually real quick. Executioner that we'll fight. That's the ladder that we went up a second ago. So a nice little shortcut there if you need it. But this guy, he's pretty difficult, but he's able to be parried. So I'll try and demonstrate that here. I'll probably mess it up. I got it up. So you can see huge damage for parrying enemies in this. See, I need to shoot them now. Okay. So definitely work on your parrying. It's very critical to your success in this game. In my experience. So we're gonna go up here. Like I said, there are a lot of enemies around here, so you need to be very careful. This is probably the most difficult starting area of the Souls game, I would say. So see, like the pinkish red colored lanterns? Talk to someone.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
He's not overly friendly, but that's okay. So there were some Molotov cocktails behind here. If you aren't familiar, these games work a little bit differently. Basically, you have quick items, and then I can put the Molotov cocktails there, and then I can press square to use them whenever I need to. Now, I'm not going to do that right now, because I don't need to use the Molotovs. But if you are using your stuff, that's how you do it. That's one of the ways you can do it, at least. There's a couple different ways you can end up doing that. See, this is a very good weapon because you can do that move. Very good. You do need to maintain some aggression, but you also need to be patient. Because a lot of these earlier enemies, and even enemies later in the game, have pretty big windows that you can attack them after they do an attack. You want the bait and attack, backstep, and then go for the kill.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now!
So he's really friendly too. There's a lot of friendly folk around here. So many of these doors are just going to kind of be people talking to you, and where you went out there. Another thing, if you're new to this series, these notes, these are left by actual players. So these are all left by real players. So there's some player that's been playing this left this note to tell us mob waits ahead, therefore remember kill in order, which is a good tip for this area. Take your time, you know, you're gonna get swarmed if you try and attack them all, so I'll rate that as a good note. There's a very tight-knit community with these games, and they're all trying to help each other out pretty much. That guy will wait on you and ambush you with a gun, so you kind of want to take him out quickly. There's going to be a guy up here to our right that is going to ambush us. I think he's going to. to accidentally do that to him. Pretty visceral. Bloodstone shards are how you upgrade your weapons. They are one of the items you use to upgrade your weapons. I always forget about him. You see, what's good about this weapon, if I look kind of a top-down angle, you have a very, very long reach. So you can attack enemies before they can even think about attacking you, which is really nice. Comes in handy a lot. It's pretty quick for a weapon this big. So it's very useful for that. Very versatile. Oh, that didn't kill you. Nice. These guys are gonna see very powerful charged R2 and it charges very quickly. Which is like, it's absolutely devastating for these groups of enemies. Or any enemies really. Got some quicksilver bullets. Those are ammo for your gun. Since everything's a beast, you kind of have to use silver on them for your bullets at least. I think. That's the reason that is. There's a dog right here. I don't want to get him first. He's pretty good. I can't even mess that up. The dogs in this game give me trouble even after I platinumed it, which is kind of funny. So I believe these guns, these ones with the firearms, will switch to an axe, or they switch to a sword if you get close. So there's something to be careful of. But for the most part, they're fairly easy to avoid. You just need to kind of be mindful of them. You are not tanky in this game, is another thing. You cannot take many hits. Be careful of him. I don't know if you can... I might be able to shoot him off of there. I think I can shoot this. Later on in the game, unless you're spec'd into guns, you won't be able to kill enemies with guns, really. You just aren't going to be doing enough damage. You can with specific weapons, specific guns, like the cannon, you can kind of do that with. Which we'll get to later. So I am kind of taking my time here. Oh, very nice stamina. I wouldn't normally go this slow, I'm just trying to kind of do it for the sake of having time to explain different stuff. Got another blood vial. I think this is a bloodstone shard? Or no, cold blood drink. That is just... we call it, basically in these games, in the top right of your screen, killing enemies and certain other actions will get you your souls, or blood echoes in this game's case. And you have those until you die, and if you die, you drop them. And if you die again, they get deleted permanently. That's your currency. That's how you buy stuff, that's how you level up also. So it works as XP and currency at the same time. So you need to kind of be careful with that. But that item we just picked up is this currency, but in a form that we can't lose, basically. So, if I go into my inventory here, used to gain blood echoes. So, you don't lose any of your items when you die, you only lose your blood echoes. So, you can stock up on these and have a good source of currency if you need it. Hopefully that made sense. I'm not good at explaining things like that. So there's two different ways we can go here. We can go right or left. We're going to go left, but then we're going to actually kill this troll. He's a troll. I don't know what he is actually, but we're gonna kill this guy first. these guys have a torch on them, I want to say. What do we got? Yep, torch. So the torch is decent for specific purposes. It's good for light early on. Good for other stuff too. So up there's a very big group of enemies. Now we're gonna avoid that for the time being. I don't remember if these crows are actually guarding anything. Oh, they were. Okay. Oil urns. Oil urns you can throw at enemies to make fire do more damage to them. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good if you're doing consumable only run. An NPC we can talk to.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
Here we go. Alright, so behind here, kind of out of the way, it's a little bit tricky to see. You have a hidden path you can go down. And this is kind of a shortcut. So we're going to go down here. There's quite a few enemies in here, and these are the dog enemies, so they're very difficult to take out. But if you're careful, you should be able to deal with them. Dogs in this game are very fast, and they can stun lock you, but they don't do an insane amount of damage. Only when they're comboed with other enemies is when they become a serious threat you need to worry about. So going up here, first of all, there's a couple of different ways we can go here as well. We're going to go up here first. Now this is a dead end, but there's an item up here. Cold blood dew. And down here onto the left, there is a shortcut that will open that gate that we found earlier. So we'll go ahead and get that. Now there are enemies in this building, but you can just run past them. Once you open a door, the door will stay open. Or a gate, or really anything like that. And also you're invulnerable while you're opening stuff, so we don't have to worry about these enemies behind us if we have iframes. That was a little risky, but still worked out. And early on, this is a good route for farming blood vials. Does he have a new dialogue yet?
Across the vow deep within light, I haven't, that's your best bet.
I don't know how his quest works. I haven't done his quest, so I think blood vials? No, bloodstone shard. I'm not overly familiar with all the different items in this area. Alright, so up here, this guy in a wheelchair, so harmless enough, he has a blunderbuss hold shootout. You see, I kind of have to be careful. There's a note right here. When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward as they burned Old Yarnum to the ground on that moonlit night. So we go to Old Yarnum later. Very interesting. One of the coolest places in the game. Alright, so up here, got a guy behind these barrels. We have a guy behind these barrels as well. Got a hit on me. Okay, cool blood dew, and blood vials. So if you're maxed out on a specific item, like you can only carry 20 blood vials by default, they'll be sent to your stash automatically, which you can go and get more if you run out. Alright, so there's some werewolves over there. We're not going to worry about them. We're going to fight the first boss. So you're just going to run past these guys, hopefully. Yep. That troll will try and follow you, but you can just kind of run past him. We're going to fight the cleric beast. Watch this. There you go, cleric beast. So, cleric beast is a gimmick of his fight. Shoot him enough times in the head, you can get an early visceral. Cleric beast, you want to get behind him, kind of. You're just going to melee heavy damage attacks. You broke his arm, that's good. So for big bosses you don't want to lock on, but if you're trying to shoot them you do want to lock on. I'm gonna stop trying to shoot him in the head, because it's not really working out. Taking quite a few hits here. Not ideal. He almost grabbed me there, that would have been bad. The big bosses in this game, they're going to be fighting the camera as much as you're going to be fighting the boss. So he's just going to use that same attack 3 times in a row because he's loading behind. Alright. It's not a hard fight, I don't know why I'm struggling so much here. Dude, he's just spamming that one attack over and over again. This is on. Anything. The camera isn't that poorly designed on all the bosses, it's really just the cleric beast and like a couple other bosses. I don't like this boss right now. Really? Please don't kill me with your slice attack. Oh man. What a fun boss. This guy is so annoying. One of the most annoying bosses in the game, in my opinion. I love what they did, they just reskinned him for the DLC and made him even worse. So he is, drops the Sword Hunter badge, you use that for a few different things. It's basically the badges in this game you use to unlock new items to buy at the shop. I really hope that for the next Souls game they try and figure out a way to fix the camera, because like these cool bosses, these huge bosses, like they're fun to fight, but the camera is just terrible. Alright, so now we found the Cleric Beast, which gives us 1 insight. Actually, it gives us a couple insight. Now we can talk to the doll. She levels us up.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
Alright, so you use her.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Alright, so in this game you have a couple different stats. They all do different things, but the main ones you want to upgrade early on. You want to get some strength for your weapon damage, but I'm going to mainly put them currently into utility and endurance, just that way I can be a little bit more tanky. Okay, now we got the Radiance. Oh, we got a badge anyway. We got some more items we can purchase now. And you can buy infinite of all the items except for, I think, the clothing and the guns and the weapons. So the Hunter Chief Emblem we'll use later, but actually no we won't, because we're going to fight the Blizzard Beast. But okay, so that's that. I think, how long have I been streaming for? Let's see. 41 minutes. I think I'm going to end episode 1 here. Next episode we're going to fight Gascoigne. That's going to be pretty fun. These are the co-op items, by the way. Also, the church is unlocked, so we'll kind of do a little bit more exploring and fight Father Gascoigne in the next episode. Probably Amelia as well. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.